The Xfinity Mobile Arena. I heard a lot of people say a lot of people would be on vacation, but I didn't see very many open seats out there. Philadelphia definitely came represented and showed love for the BKFC, and the fighters gave it right back to them. We had a very close co-main event, and then of course a new undisputed lightweight champion in Ben the Bomber Bonner. So a lot of things to talk about, and let's toss it over to the man, the founder, the president of the BKFC, David Feldman. Look at that. He's got a good looking outfit on.
Happy birthday, America.
Yes, sir.
What a night. Fantastic night. Unbelievable night. Really, truly unbelievable. Couldn't be any more happy with the way tonight turned out. Excuse me one second. So, it's been a long, hard journey, fan, and this event was so challenging. It was on July 3rd, and obviously we know in Philly, people that aren't from Philly, everybody travels on July 4th. And for us to have a full house of 9,700 in attendance tonight is just truly amazing. And I'm very proud of my team and these motherfucking warriors that fought their asses off tonight. I mean, they gave it all for me. It was truly unbelievable. I gave a speech before and I told the guys, win or lose, get knocked out, knockout, doesn't matter, fight your ass off, get the fans on their feet, get them cheering, and you guys are gonna get bonuses. And they did that. They fought their ass off. They all came, even the guys that got knocked out, they didn't take a knee. I said no knees tonight. They didn't take a knee, they got knocked out. And I respect them for being a man enough to stand in there and get knocked out. We had a lot of great fights tonight. I mean, I think, I just want to shout out kind of everybody. Milan Griffin looked really good in his debut. I think he's special. I think he has a chance to be doing something great with us. Pat Sullivan came back and scored a pretty nice knockout. You know, everybody counts him out. And he came back and got a good knockout. We did our first ever one-round war tonight, and Anthony Pagan won that fight very convincingly. Looked very good. Proved that the one-round war is going to work when we debut this for the BKFC Fight Club. Lex Ludlow, what a fucking character, man. What a character and what a punch, man. Great fight tonight by Lex Ludlow. And then I'm do this and then I'm going to go back over my bonuses just so you know. But Zed Montanez, a guy that I've known for a long time from the MMA days, and he just keeps climbing the ladder and looks better and better every time. I mean, here's a guy that we had 18,000 people in this arena, and he got knocked out, and he came back and scored 2 devastating knockouts after that. That says a lot about the character and the heart that man has. So congratulations, Zed. I guess I'll announce this award because obviously we know it. Fighter tonight, what a great fucking fight, and these warriors didn't have a 6th round in their contract, and we asked them if they wanted to go 6 rounds, and they did. So fighter tonight goes to Cody Russell and Jake Bostic. Johnny Garbarino, you know, everybody thought that Mike Richmond was way too much for him, way too experienced and way too good, and Johnny Garbarino just showed that, you know, he belongs at the top of the 175-pound division. Looked really good tonight. Britton Hart and Sarah Shell gave it all that they had. These 2 women really came to fight tonight, and I'm very proud of that women's fight. And the main event, I mean, Austin Trout, former 2-time boxing world champion, fought Canelo Alvarez, fought Miguel Cotto. Nobody does that to Austin Trout, and he got knocked out tonight. Congratulations to Ben Bonner. All right, so bonuses. Anthony Pagan's getting a bonus tonight. I told him to stay in the center of that fucking ring and fight, and he did, so he's going to go home with a bonus. Lex Ludlow, one of the KOs of the night. Looks sensational. Congratulations. Matt Turnbull looked very good, too. He's going to get a bonus tonight as well. Zed Montanez, KO of the night. Bonus from him as well. Looked sensational. Obviously, I just mentioned fighter tonight. And then obviously, man, the main event, like I said, no one does this to Austin Trout, and Ben Bonner did. Another KO of the night winner. So we gave 3 KOs of the night tonight. Go to Ben Bonner. I'm very happy. Like I said, I was very happy about this event, that it turned out the way it did, and we were able to give Philadelphia the kind of fights that they deserve. So thank you very much, everybody. Questions?
Dave, we want way back here. Dave, congratulations on a great night for the company and promotion. Just wondering, like 15 minutes before the main event started, we had the national anthem. 4th of July hit right around when the main event was going on. Like, was that extra special? Were you sitting ringside, just kind of taking that in?
I mean, just truly amazing that, like I said, this was an uphill battle here on July 3rd, but we were invited to be a part of this celebration by the city that we love. So it was amazing for us to turn the clock, you know, into the 250th birthday of America again. Happy birthday, America. Let's go, guys.
Chris, Combat Luke, we always ask the same question: how can we do something better? How can we get better? With Ben Bonner winning, and I hear all this talk about Manchester, 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 could that be a co-main event that you throw on there? Because I know Darren Till keeps being brought up, and everybody wants to see Darren Till in Manchester. Is this something that you think you could blow the roof off? Because with Ben Bonner, I really feel like you could sell out any stadium, any place with that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of agree with you. He won't be on that Manchester card, though. We have some special announcements for that one. That's going to be a phenomenal card for us. You know, a lot of people say, how do you top what you did last time? And how do you top what you did? And you just have great team and great fighters, and you work your ass off, and you have a great support system. I got my wife here who, you know, rides this roller coaster ride with me every day. So,
Mitch from the Mike and Mitch Show here. Dave, the one-round fight tonight, that was kind of a preview to the upcoming BKFC Fight Club. Both fighters in that fight seem to sustain some injuries. What goes through your head after that fight's over with the upcoming Fight Club?
you have, in our regular fights, we have 5 2-minute rounds. It was 1 2-minute round. If they win, they go on to another 2-minute round. If they win, they go on to another 2-minute round. The most they can fight is 3 2-minute rounds. So I'm not concerned about their injuries as much. I do want to tell you a couple rule changes that we already made just watching tonight. There will be no mandatory 8 count, meaning when you get dropped, you get back up, fight continues. We're not counting to 8, fight continues. There's not enough time for mandatory 8 counts. There will be, this is a big thing that you guys got to understand, there will be no clinching allowed in the one-round wars, no clinching. It's banging. They're banging it out. We saw that tonight, they got to bang it out. So that's 2 rule changes that we made that I think is going to make it extra exciting.
And you mentioned the character Lex Ludlow. What were your thoughts about his post-fight promo that he cut and the call out of Darren Till? Is that a possibility?
I mean, it's a possibility down the road. It's not a possibility right now. But look, Lex keeps knocking people out, keeps surprising people, keeps building his character, and you know, he's great, man. He's great. He's what you want. He's a nice, humble guy, and then he's a cocky guy, and he's a guy that fights his ass off, and a guy that wants to learn inside the ring and outside the ring. That's the kind of people we want here at BKFC.
Hey Dave, any news on Romero Figueroa for the title shot coming up?
On what?
Romero Figueroa for a title shot?
I mean, this just happened tonight, so we don't have any news on anything. But he'll definitely be back. He's one of my favorite guys in the organization.
Dave down here, Jeremy Wild throwing hands. Dave, this event had it all. It had some 5-round, some wars, some knockouts, some viral moments. Where do you rank this among some of the greatest cards of all time? Because leading up to this, that was rumored that this could possibly be that, and I think it could be in the conversation.
Yeah, I think it's top 5 for sure. Top 5, absolutely. I think the first event we did here in this arena is probably the best event we've ever done. So you have 2 of the 5 that happen here in Philadelphia.
Dave Malandra, Sports Talk Philadelphia. So, how about the performance by all the Philadelphia fighters tonight, going 7-0? And also, what did it mean to you to be part of this event tonight to kick off the 250?
And it's amazing. You know, I mean, if you're going to build, I'm not saying I'm rooting for the hometown guys, but I'm a little bit rooting for the Philly guys. You know, I'm a Philly guy. I love all the guys in this organization. I really do, because if I don't love you, you don't fight here. You just don't fight here. And these guys get in that ring and they risk their fucking life for us. So hats off to my Warriors. Give a round of applause to my fighters.
Hi David, it's good to be back. Between Hard Rock, Newark, and Philly, this has been amazing. The energy here, it blows Hard Rock away. Will this continue to be every July like this? Like a Liberty Ball?
I mean,
Ball?
Conor McGregor messaged me tonight and he said, we're doing this every year. We got to do this every year. And I said, if you're here every year, we'll do it every year. So, possibly.
All right, we have the last one for Dave right here.
How you doing, Dave? Pierre from Pierre MMA. I specialize in fight breakdowns and commentary. When we think of BKFC, we think of the brawls, the knockouts. But Bret Hart put on a technical masterclass, in my opinion. What can you do to highlight the more technical performances?
You know, it's tough, man. It's a tough call. I mean, she looked good. She didn't just fight technically. She went in there and banged as well. It's a tough call, man, because this company and this promotion and this sport is built upon excitement. And sometimes the fights aren't as exciting. That one was, but sometimes they're not. So we can't just do technical here. We got to do, you got to fight too. Again, this is not bare knuckle boxing championship. This is bare knuckle fighting championship. So you got to fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, David Feldman.
Thank you, guys.
Great success. All right, next up, he is we heard knockout, one of the knockouts tonight, and it was a shock here for the Philadelphia fans. Let's bring him up, the new champ, Ben, the Bomber Bomber, the UK violence maker. Put that belt up there, Ben. Show it off. All right, Ben, we're over here for the first one as you put your new hardware up there, your new world titles. Congratulations.
What's up, Ben? Chris, Combat Loop MMA. It's nice to see you up there with that nice shiny belt. At the beginning of the belt, I thought you saw something. You landed 3 straight shots. You would lean over and you hit this overhand right on it. Is there something you just felt with that shot? Because, man, it landed clean the first time, the second time, and the third time. Did you just figure something out, or you just saw it?
Listen, me and my coach, Craig and Luke, we drilled this in training for the last 12 weeks. I knew every step Austin Charles was going to make before he made it. My coaches, they watch hours and hours of Austin Charles on my behalf. I knew the right hand was the key. Listen, let's be frank here, I was never going to out-jab him, I was never going to be sharper than him. He is everything everyone says he is. He's a pound for pound, number 2 pound for pound rank, best bare knuckle fighter ever, undefeated, world champion in the weight above. So I knew who he was coming into the fight, and he was everything everyone said he was. Mass respect to him. I knew the way I had to win this fight was being aggressive, come forward, throw them overhands. Sometimes when he's trying to go back, he often circles out to the left, so it's about putting my foot on the outside, stepping across but stepping forward at the same time and throwing, and it was landing more than I thought it would, if I'm honest. I thought it was probably going to be a 5-round war. I thought it was going to be smashed to bits. But hey ho, listen, I'll take these wins. I'll take these wins as they come, and we've got a nice knockout bonus from Dave, so thank you, Dave.
Hiya, Ben.
Hi Alex, alright?
Yeah, I'm alright, lad.
Yes, you are! Sorry, this is one of my sponsors, and she's also a journalist, so thank you.
So after watching you lose your belt in Rome, how does it feel bringing it home?
You know what, listen, I think anyone who watched that fight in Rome 3 fights ago knows I won that fight hands down. It was an easy decision to give me the fight. I came out the ring without a black eye. And I think, since then, now this is 6 fights in a row where I've either had undefeated fighters or champions, and I've won every one in my own opinion. So, I've been ranked number 1 by the BKFC now for the last 8-9 months. Now I'm the champion to cement that. Listen, I know I give it a lot of trash talk in the lead up to the fight about, the Brits are coming to conquer and all this sort of shite, but, I've had 3, this is my 3rd fight in the States now, and I've had 3 wins and I love it here, and the people are great, the people of Philadelphia, and I've said earlier on, I am the real life Rocky Balboa. I won a world title on 7 days notice, and I went from unknown to somebody, so, it feels great, it almost felt like destiny that I'd win this belt tonight in Philadelphia, the home of Rocky. Listen, when you first start fighting anyone, boxing, MMA, anything, you start as a kid, 10, 11-year-old, these are the nights you dream of. Walking out into that arena, it was electric, man. And, Honestly, I'm fucking over the moon, man.
Go on, man.
I'm over the moon, man.
Ben, congratulations. Dave didn't want to answer the question because it's the night of the fights, and that's okay, but maybe you will. Would you like to defend your belt against Romero Figueroa?
Listen, I don't care who I defend against. You know, I like his style. He's a good fighter. You know, that's up to the company. If they want to put him in there, they can put him in there. Listen, you've seen, I never turn down a fight. My phone never rings and I never say, no, I'm not fighting him. Never once has that happened. You know, I've had now the last 4 fights have either been undefeated or top 2 contenders in the world. You know, I want big names, you know, and there's no disrespect to Figueroa. You know, I would like to go down the route of Jeremy Stevens, Palomino, you know, established fighters. But listen, if they said you fight Figueroa, by all means, I don't care. I don't care. I'll fight any man. You know, I live by the motto: any man, any place, any time, and I proved that by flying to Texas on 7 days' notice and winning the world title with Soto. You know, so I respect. Listen, I respect every fighter in this company. I know I do a bit of trash talking, but listen, it takes some fucking balls to step through them ropes in an arena like this. You know, and I know Figueroa's only a young lad, and he's got a long career ahead of him. You know, and he has my respect for stepping in the ring at such a young age, you know, and showing those balls when a lot of people wouldn't. You know, you get a lot of keyboard warriors online who'll give it, oh, you know, you should have done this, you should have done that. But that man steps through the ropes, you know, so he'll always have my respect, as everyone else on the roster will.
I think we have time for one more back here, Ben.
Hey Ben, congratulations. Has it sunk in yet what you just did in terms of, you just knocked out a guy with a distinguished career, a guy who beat Miguel Cotto, and you know, he's 2-time world boxing champion. Has it sunk in yet what you just did to a guy, you know, with the resume that Austin has?
I knew before coming into this fight, you know, I think the bookies had me at a 4-1 underdog. And I knew, listen, I knew what he was. Austin Trout was, like I said earlier, he was the pound for pound number 2. And I think it'll take a while to sink in. You know, I've just turned my phone on there, and it's absolutely blasting. But you know, like I always say, and this is a wise thing to a lot of fighters, you know, I'll only answer the messages tonight from those who I know would have messaged me if I'd have lost this fight. And then maybe I'll look at the others in a few weeks' time. You know, you keep your circle small. And on that note, listen, Lou Fuse, Craig Moffat, these 2 men here, take a look at them. In fact, I want you to come up. Yeah! Come up. Listen, these 2 men, you know, I say Craig Moffat, the man with a plan. Listen, he sends me out with the game plan every time. He's been in my corner now for my last 6 fights, and I believe I've had 6 wins. You know, and I trust him with my life when I'm in there. And you know, I say the man with the plan. And you know, Lou Fuse, he's given me help in the gym. You know, he's always there if I need him in training. You know, I just ask him, Lou, can you help me with this? Lou, can you do that? And he's there. You know, the team I've got around me are fucking amazing, man. And first, you know, 2 things I want to say as well. To my mum and dad, thank you so much for everything they do for me. You know, my dad has been there for me ever since I need him. At the end of the phone, I ring him. You know, I ring my dad for things that I would never speak about. You know, and he never once has he said no to me. So thank you, Dad, and to my mum, who's always been there. You know, I mean, even now I'm 35 years old, she still comes down and cleans my flat, does no washing. You know, so to have those 2 in my life, and I know that, you know, they'll always have my back. You know, it makes nights like this possible. So thank you, Mum and Dad.
The new lightweight champ of the world here in the National Fighting Championship. Congratulations, Ben. All right, next up, you want to talk about champions. She's had a dominant career here in BKFC. Continued tonight. What an amazing night. Let's bring up still strawweight champ. It's Britt Hart. Man, she must be feeling great tonight. With that belt draped over her shoulder, she comes up representing the red, white, and blue in the co-main event. I love what you're wearing out there. You look great tonight.
Yeah, and my first pair of Crocs ever.
Oh, red, white, and blue Crocs, she says as well. If you have a question for Britt Hart, you can put your hand up and I'll come right over to you. Congratulations, Britt. What a fight.
Thank you.
What's up, Brett? Chris, Combat Loop MMA, how's it going? Now, I do want to ask, it seemed like you started a little slow tonight. I didn't feel like you put the gas on really like you did in the 5th. I felt like if you would have done the same in the 5th as you did in the 1st. Was it anything to that slow start to you?
You know, we debated this in fight camp. What I thought Sarah Shaw was going to come out as a counter and just kind of wait. And a lot of people were like, nah, she's going to bum rush you.
she's gonna come in hot and heavy. So we changed it last minute in the locker room. We were like, look, let's just jab and download and see what she's gonna do, because we kind of kept going back on the fence. And really, like, look, when we're talking about the ops and getting in people's heads, I was really the one that was in her head the whole entire time. So when I'm thinking when she's coming out, looking at what she's saying, that I'm wild and reckless, all right, let's step to that. If you think I'm going to be wild and reckless, let's play in that game and let's be technical. And I really did show that, and I love that Feldman kind of announced that to you guys, that it was such a masterclass fight tonight, because it showed both pieces put together, which is what I really wanted to do and show the evolution. So I didn't come out reckless, balls to the wall like the 5th round. It was cool and exciting, maybe I should have, but I love showing that I can control myself and pick the pace, download it. I mean, we got a cut in the 1st round, Operation Mincemeat still worked out. It was cool that way, but I really try to show different levels to the technique, whether slipping, hook, up and down, body. I have really great crosses to the body too. So I just feel like I'm really being calm and collected and control, that I just didn't go out there throwing wild stuff. So it was cool to show both. But yeah, I think a couple fights I do start crazy in the 1st round. So this one we just switched it up to get in someone else's head.
Right down here, Jeremy with Throwing Hands. Congratulations on retaining the title. That was a war of 5 rounds. You really turned it on in the 4th and 5th. When that 5th round ended, how sure were you that you did enough to get the victory?
I was absolutely sure. I think I am a little disappointed, being honest right now, on the split decision, but whatever. A win is a win, but I really truly don't think it was a split decision. I would give her 1 round fairly, and my teammate agrees with me, and we'll have to go watch and film it, but I thought for sure I won, but yeah, we always are our worst enemies, and I'm trying to be my best ally right now. I'm not going to break myself down anymore, and that's an evolution change that I've had.
That's right.
Yeah, my bad. I feel like I talk loud enough. My bad.
All right, we got one right here.
Britton, after Sarah Shell, who could they possibly give you next, and how can they keep you more active?
That's a good question. I think BKFC is about fighting, and look, the world of combat sports is changing. Nobody's really fighting in order. It's not the #1 fighting the best or the #3 fighting #4. It's not working like that. It's like whoever's stepping up and wants that action, wants that smoke. I think the fans, I really proved it in Philly. They want to see me fight. They love to see me fight. They don't care who's in there. We're going to test them all. And I would love BKFC to step up to that challenge and just, throw people in there if they want to run their mouth, like, fuck around and find out. Like, someone called me out earlier. She can't even say my name right. Like, whatever. You want to step in there, she'll get that ass whooping too. But you're going to learn to say my name right first. That's hard.
I thought it made them very good. But, later for the fan, you beautiful you fought, but
he was saying that you were so electrifying, dominating. He talked to you and your husband earlier, and we loved it. You started out a little rocky. I thought the girl was going to rock you, but it was the other way around, and he's saying, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You said Sarah rocked you early in the 1st. What did she get you with?
I don't really think, I don't think she rocked me at all, really. I mean, she did hit me. This is bare knuckle, it happens. But, I think I rocked her. Honestly, again, I have to watch it back. But if I'm saying right now, my gut feeling, how I felt the fight went, the 1st round, she was cut. Boom, there we go. I guess there was a little, I had a little gash, but she had a bigger gash. But look, let's call it how it is. When she hit me, I'm there, right? I'm all right. I got hit. When I hit her, she went flying like a little rag doll. I wish I would have closed the distance and would have double jabbed in there. Would have, should have, could have. But that bitch still got ragdolled when she got hit a few times, stumbling over. I don't think I did that not once. So, did I get rocked? Is that getting rocked? I don't really think so.
All the way back here, Britton.
Yes.
Congratulations on the big win. I'm curious, combat sports, women oftentimes for whatever reason get overlooked compared to, like the counterparts of men in the GOAT conversation. But with how many title defenses you have and your skill in there, I guess what do you need to prove that maybe you are the GOAT? Are you the GOAT? What are your thoughts on this?
Again, let's be real, guys. The real ones know. I'm a totally different breed and animal of just human beings out there. But look, this is my 5th title defense, my 14th bare knuckle fight. How many other people have been fighting bare knuckle for rounds that many times? I'm one of the only ones to do it, and on so many different electrifying ways. I've been a dog, I've been technical, I've knocked teeth out, I've messed up faces, I've had stoppages, so it's not that I'm a one-trick pony. That's in the conversation of being the greatest of all time. It hasn't been sloppy. There's been a lot of awesome things and adjustments in there. I don't think anyone's really had that dominant of a run, and a lot of people count me out in this fight. Man, I'm telling you, this is such a cool moment for me that I've never done. I screenshotted everybody's comment. Like, it's so funny with this rent-free thing. Whatever, so be it. It gave me the motivation. All you haters, this is why that girl, every mark on her face, got that. I screenshot every person who said Britton Hart will get rocked, knocked out, money, big money on Dr. Sarah Shell. This is Britton Hart's grade for this fight. I screenshot it. I'm going to post it tomorrow in the coming days, and I'm going to tag pictures, and it's going to be the most fun July ever for me, being like, wrong, fail, you don't know anything. Lack of credit, like, don't trust anything these people say to you because they don't know. And so to prove those people wrong and see, like, of course my fans and friends really love me, but to see the amount of people out there that really thought I was going to get dropped and knocked out, come on now. Like, I earned that. Like, conversation's the greatest. Shit, I'm proving everyone wrong each and every time. This is not coincidence. You know, we're talking about 8 fights at a division that I naturally do not walk around. I fought bigger girls. I fought girls. BKFC used to give me fights on a week notice, being like, well, we know that girl will do it. Well, you know what? I'm the champ now. I deserve respect. I asked for respect a year ago. Didn't work out, and now I told everyone I'm demanding it now. I am the greatest, and I've done it for a reason. 8 fights, 125, now 6.
There she is, and still strawweight champ, one of the greatest ever do it, Britton Hart. Britton, thanks for joining us tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, next up, he's a Philly favorite. He's becoming a worldwide favorite. Had a great fight tonight. Let's bring up Johnny Cannoli Garbarino, the pride of South Philly.
We love Johnny!
We
love Johnny!
Cannoli, we're right down here for the first question.
How we doing?
We're great, man.
Congratulations, Johnny. Jeremy throwing hands. Good to see you again. I heard you broke your hand this time around.
Both of them.
That's unfortunate. Last time we were here at Knuckle Mania, we talked about everything you learned. What did you learn in this fight?
I learned a lot. I mean, I didn't really have time to reflect. I just got out of the locker room, but I never broke my hand in a fight. Especially in that situation, high stakes. I don't want to make any mistakes going against Richmond, but I really just had more faith in my team than anything. I just listened to them, and the weird part was I never had an opportunity to really tell them in the corner because Coach Mickey behind us there, he was mic'd up, and just mental tactics and mental warfare and all that stuff. I didn't want to let their corner know or let anybody know that I had a broken hand or 2 broken hands. So I whispered to Ryan Cafaro, my other coach, in his ear, and I told him I broke my hand, so we had to change the game plan a little bit. But listen, we stuck to the game plan. We circled on a typical southpaw, and we got the job done. I outpointed the shit out of him. He didn't touch me really, like nothing significant. I got a little shiner for the first time, but not cut. If you go back in history, he's got a great track record. He's one of the best guys ever, fight in this sport. And I feel very, very accomplished for what I just did out there. I always like to get the finish, but with 2 broken hands, it's a little difficult. I broke my hands in the first round, So, I guess I learned how to be a mature fighter and what to do when that happens, you know what I mean? How to put a poker face on. It's hard, Thank you.
Dave Langer, Sports Talk Philadelphia. So, Johnny, this was the second time you went all 5 rounds. What did you learn from that experience? And also, you're now 3-0 in this building.
I learned that I'm very, very in shape because I barely broke a sweat. I feel like I could do 55 of those rounds and not even get tired. I'm grateful to do it here in this building. I literally live like a block and a half away. It feels really, really good. Every time I get to do this is a real privilege, and I just thank God for it every moment I get.
Chris, Combat Loop MMA, man, it was an amazing performance for me. I really wanted to see the uptick on your challenge. You know, Mike Richmond's a world champ, and he was a world champ. And
Two-time
go
world
up,
champ.
yeah, I mean, to go against something like that, to test yourself against it, to see where you're at. What's next for you? I mean, do you want to go to the top 5 and try to get into the rankings, and where do you see yourself in the next year?
My goal in this sport is to be a world champion, okay, and to solidify myself as the best. I can't make any moves right now. Obviously, I got 2 broken hands, so we're going to go back to the drawing board, go get recovered, you know, fix what I got to fix, and then we're going to come back. But I just proved myself. You know, a lot of people talk shit on me, saying I didn't prove myself. I mean, I said it before. David Feldman is doing a phenomenal job promoting this whole entire sport. He really doesn't have that many stars that he's building up. He's building me up, and I just had my first test, and I did just accomplish every goal I set out to do. I was the only fighter to ever beat Mike Richmond in a unanimous decision fight. Okay, that means I won every single round. Okay, he dropped Josh Dyer, he dropped Mundell, he dropped Lorenzo Hunt. I mean, you know, I think it speaks volumes for what I did.
Hi, Johnny. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
How do you deal with the pressure of representing South Philly, and who's next? Who do you want to fight next?
I really don't have too much pressure. It might sound a little crazy to believe. I really don't have a lot of pressure at all. It's like another day in the office. The stuff I've been through in life has definitely prepared me for what I just did out there. I've been through way harder scenarios than what I just did. It's a fist fight. We grew up fist fighting every single day. You know, in school, in the streets, in the ballpark, whatever. I want to fight for the title. So I don't know who's going to be in that position when I'm fixed up, but that's what I want. That's the only reason I'm in this building right now. I want to be a world champion.
Way back here, Johnny.
Can't really see it because my camera, but congrats
I need
congrats on the
binoculars.
congrats, but there we go. It was clear in the fight, I guess you broke your right hand early because you stopped throwing it. Now I see the big lump on your knuckle on the left hand. When did you break that? Any idea? Like, how long were you fighting with no hands?
I mean, listen, I felt it right away. He's got a hard fucking head. I mean, he's got a big fucking hard head. He really does. And I don't know if he put his head down, I hit the top or what, but I mean, I like to think I'm very, very precise when I pick my shots. I like to slice over the eye, right here, behind the temple, behind the ear. But I mean, listen, I broke this the first round for sure. I like to watch the footage and just like review everything, but I think I might have broke this one in the second from popping the jab. Shit happens. I knew it was going to happen eventually, being in this sport, because we don't have gloves.
Still way back here.
Hey, John, congratulations.
Thank
You feel tonight's win, especially fighting through the adversity you did with your hands, you're kind of out of the shadow now. You're John Garbarino, maybe a legitimate contender rather than John Garbarino, the guy with the cannoli, the weigh-ins. Do you feel this kind of more legitimizes you as a real contender?
100%. Yeah, Mike Richmond right now is ranked on the BKFC website. He's ranked in the top 5 in the world at middleweight. I fought him at 175, but I also have 16, 17 fights at 185 throughout my career. So I could go any weight class. You know, I definitely feel like I'm top 5.
There he is, the pride of South Philly. Get up for Johnny Cannoli Garbarino. Biggest records career. Get it right here in his hometown. Congratulations, Johnny. Next up, I want to bring up, one of the KO of the night winners, Lex. I got to stand correct there. Lex, no. The most hated man in combat sports, Lex the Grizzly Bear Ludlow.
All right, let's get this going.
Lex, we're going to be right over here first. How you doing, man? You good?
Screw yourself.
Lex, how you doing? Congratulations.
My man.
What's up, brother? Jeremy with throwing hands.
I like you a lot better than the guy holding the microphone, that's for sure.
I was gonna ask you, Lex. You got bumped up to the main card, rightfully so. Are you feeling a little bit more appreciated now? And I was also going to ask if you could be a little bit nicer to Brian after the win tonight.
Brian can go screw himself. I'll feel appreciated because no one got a pop the way I got a pop when I walked out there like that. I walked, and the crowd stood on their feet. I'm the real man. I'm the people's man. That's where I belong. Next question.
So Lex, you say you're the most hated man in combat sports, but the people love you. How do you deal with that?
Next question.
Lex, Chris, Combat Loop MMA, you were very, very calm tonight on the walk-in. You were very calm as they were calling your name. What came over you? You're usually a little bit more, I think, to you, but this was extremely calm. What's going on?
I've been doing this for a very long time, fighting since I was 18 years old. I'm just starting to figure out all the nerves and everything. You know, being with the Dawkins brothers, walking the White House. Might I add, UFC 2 Freedom. Shoes right here, by the way. Look at those bad boys. 1 of 20, by the way, in the world. In this room. $6,000 to buy these shoes, by the way. No one else in the room has this. And no one can make a crowd stand on their feet by walking to a ring. Next question.
Lex, congratulations.
What up, freak?
How you doing? How you doing? This might have been the best post-fight BKFC best promo. And
get it out, kid.
Whew, man, Lex, this might have been the best post-fight promo in BKFC history. Who did you jump at after?
I jumped after the Dawkins brothers, and then I came after Dave Feldman because I should be the main event. Next question.
What's up, Lex? It's Trinity from Tucker.
Hey, saw you the other day, raw dogging it.
Yeah.
That's what she said to me. We're gonna raw dog it.
Listen, that's what I said. I was going like off script.
Okay, all right, sorry.
All right, pause.
Back on script.
Anyway, if your performance tonight had a headline title, what would it be?
Fuck around and find out. Next question.
Hey Lex, you started off in heavyweight.
My man!
Yeah. You started off in heavyweight, you're now in 205, but you called out 2 185ers.
Right.
Are we going to see you down at 185?
I am working with a nutritionist. I can't say his last name. I said this in your interview earlier. His name's Jason. He is the Water Father on Instagram. He works with Diego Lopez. He works with Rafael Vazit. He works with Kyle Dawkins. When we were at the White House, he made me step on the scale, and I was 226 2 or 3 weeks ago. And he said, brother, I can get you to 170 pounds. I don't know about 170 pounds, but might be teasing 185. We're going to see what happens, though.
Lex, Rob here from the Herd Handbook. Congrats on the win.
Yeah.
9-second knockout. How do you remain like so composed and come up with such a crazy promo right after something like that?
Years and years of practicing in a mirror. Next question.
All right, Lex, this is one of my superpowers for you. Are your children the reason why you're so good at fighting? Is that what you're going in to fight, and you have that in your mind that you can't let them down? You're there, and you're their Superman?
Would you believe if I told you I'd never been in a street fight in my life?
Yeah, I know that.
I never fought anybody in my life. I backhanded a couple people for talking out of line, but that was about it. My kids definitely, ever since they were born, I don't know, something changed in me, you know what I mean? Like, I feel as if I'm trying to put it into words. If I were to, like, quit, like, say my kid comes up to me and she's like, I want to be, like my daughter, my oldest, she wants to be a singer, right? She doesn't practice that. But, you know, like, who am I to tell her she can't be a singer? Like, you know how many years of my life, I used to walk to school, like the halls of school, and I used to be like, I'm going to be a professional wrestler. I'm going to be in the UFC. And everybody would tell me I couldn't do it. They were right. I'm not in the WWE. I'm not in the UFC. But God damn it, I am in the BKFC. Number 4 in the world. Next question.
Well, I think that does it for your time.
Screw yourself, Brian.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most hated man. Okay, all right, very classy, Lex. Very classy, girlfriend. That's great, big win. The most hated man in all of combat sports, Lex the Grizzly Bear Ludlow. KO of the night, big win for him. Great questions, guys. Next up, I want to bring up the guy who made history tonight. There's only one guy that can make history, comes out on top of this. We debuted one-round war tonight. I met this guy at tryouts, and he just impressed me and everything about him. So you saw what he was made of tonight, the one-round war. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Pagan. Great fight tonight, Anthony. Debuting the one-round war. History here, Phil.
How we doing?
Got one right here for you.
Chris, Combat Loop MMA, we talked a little bit earlier, but I do kind of want to know, when you knocked him down, I want to know how bad you think you had him, and do you think if you had 15, 20 more seconds, you would have finished the fight?
Look, Zachary Pinnell's a tough guy. You know, we seen he has 6 bare knuckle fights, I think 7 after tonight, and I knew he was going to keep getting up as much as his heart allowed him to. So I didn't focus on whether he was staying down or not, just focus on the task at hand and see if we can keep running down until he quits.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
These one-round fights are going to continue. What's some advice that you would give to the fighters partaking in that?
Don't think. To any fighter that thinks that they can do a strategy for a one-round war, don't do it. There's no time to think. Like David Feldman said, he said no clinching. I agree with that completely. Clinching and then separating, that takes about 20 seconds, and that's already almost half the time. So just don't think. Just go with your instinct is my advice.
What's up, man? Rob,
What's going on, bro?
Third Handbook, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
So, they were talking before this fight that for the one-round wars, people can be fighting 3 times in one night. So, you're the first man to have one-round war in BKFC. Do you think you'd be able to do it 2 more times in one night?
Absolutely. If my right hand don't work, guess what? I got a left one. So, like David said, he's not worried about the injuries. Again, I think it's a great idea, and it's a great opportunity for a lot of fighters to be able to make that good money result. So yeah, I'll be able to do it 5 more times if I'm good.
Crazy Kev here. Just wanted to ask, David Feldman announced some new rule changes to the upcoming fights after you just competed. What do you kind of think of the rule changes moving forward now?
I agree completely. I agree. Clinching, like you said, just the amount of time it takes for the ref to stop and for us fighters to hear them say break, it takes a lot of time, and it's only 2 minutes. So I agree with it completely, and I was talking to someone else about it. I was like, yeah, that's something they should take out.
Trinity from Tough and True. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your second BKFC fight.
Yes.
Okay. So that being said, now that you have 2 wins, moving forward, like what's your goal or what are you thinking of moving into the future?
That's a good question. You know, I thought I was going to try and focus on climbing the ranks, and then they called us for a one-round war. David knows and the matchmaker knows that I'm just about fighting. So wherever it is, whoever it is, I'm all game for. So just to fight again, that's it.
Quick question, you did weigh in at 148. Do you see yourself at 150, 155, or do you want to go down to a lighter weight class?
It depends. We can fight at 155, 150, 145. You know, my coach Eddie thinks I'm a natural 145er. Our weight cut went smooth for this fight. I made weight the night before, which is kind of rare for a fighter to do. But again, wherever weight they need me at, I'm there.
Anthony, I said it before you went up here, I said it on the Bare Knuckle show, and I said it to you when you were on with me, only one guy can make history. You did that tonight, just a couple miles away from your hometown of Chester, PA. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys remember this BKFC trivia question, the first guy ever to win a one-round war, Anthony Pagan. Congratulations. Thank you. Next up, I want to bring up one of the fights of the night. Here he is. Oh man, what a fight with Jake Boswick. Oh. Cody Russell, man, let's bring him up. I got a question for Cody Russell. I couldn't even sit here for that fight. That was absolutely amazing, Cody.
Chris, Combat Loop MMA, man, what a fight, what a fight. Now, I did tell everybody in my interviews that this was the fight of the night. There was still a lot of pressure when everybody's talking about your fight and this is going to be the fight of the night, or were you just going out there to get ready to have your fight of the night?
Going off of that, first and foremost, I want to say 2 things. Thank you, David Feldman, for this opportunity. And everyone, please turn around and thank that guy in the back, Jake Boswick, for this fight. It takes 2 people to make a play tonight, not 1 person. And that guy has the biggest heart in this room.
All right, if you have a question, Cody, put your hand up. I'll come right over to you.
Cody down here, Jeremy throwing hands. Cody, that was an unreal fight. You did real good with your head movement in there. Was that part of the game plan, and was Jake tougher than you anticipated?
No. I mean, the head movement, yes, 100%. Head movement was part of the plan. Was he tougher than I expected? No. It was the 3rd game of the Flyers playoff against Pittsburgh. Me and my dad were in the stands. we were going back and forth with Feldman about potentially fighting Boswick. And I just remember it gave me chills because he's the kind of guy that, you know, it's going to be a war. And I think all the BKFC people that know the sport, they knew what this fight was going to be. And I think it lived up to their expectations.
Cody, this is Crazy Kev here. Just wanted to ask, in your fight, you went to the body a lot. How do you think, was that part of your game plan? And, you know, talk to us a little bit more about that, going to the body as well.
It wasn't, actually. The jab was the main factor of our game plan. Jab, check hooks. And he just did a really good job of keeping his hands high. And it was there, but he didn't budge with none of them. He ate a lot of them. But that just happened in the moment.
Congratulations, Cody.
Thank you.
I'm curious because 6 rounds are so rare. I almost forgot about it as a fan, just sitting down and watching. So you guys end the 5th, you think the fight's over. You guys actually embrace, like, when they announced the 6th, you're like, oh my God, I forgot all about that. Like, what were your emotions there?
We're like 2 dogs, you know? You keep telling us to go, we're gonna go.
All right, there he is, fighting night, one of the members of the fighting night. Give it up for Cody Russell. Congratulations, Cody. What a fight. Next up, this guy, man, we've seen him have a lot of great fights tonight. Might have been one of my favorites, personally. He's a warrior. You heard Cody talking about him. Let's bring up the other member of the fight tonight, as we all knew this would be. We're all talking about it. It's Jake Boswick, and brutal Jake Boswick on his name tonight. What a fight. Thank you for that, Jake. Thank you for the fight. Who's going first?
What's going on, Jake? Chris, Combat Loop MMA. Man, I've been down in Florida. I know you from down in Florida. I love when you come out and fight. I already knew it was going to be a banger. I asked him the same question. Fight of the night, I was telling everybody this was going to be the fight of the night. Did you already know that this was going to be that war, that you knew it was going to get wild?
At the end of the day, if anyone's seen me fight, this is my 9th bare knuckle fight now, obviously for BKFC. I have not had one boring fight. I go out on my shield, mate. You know, I'm as tough as nails. You gotta kill me, knock me out. So I knew it was gonna be fireworks. He's short, he's explosive. He's a tough cookie. So yeah, I knew it was gonna be a banger. At the end of the day, mate, like Dave Feldman always tells us and sells it to us, like fight your ass off. And I think I definitely, we both definitely done that. So yeah, there we go.
Jake, beautiful fight. When that 6th round was announced, how were you feeling?
I was pretty tired, obviously, even after the 5th. Obviously, if it was going up, it was taking its time, and I was like, in my head, I was already thinking, I reckon they're going to let us go another round. So I was semi-contemplating that it was going to happen, and obviously they said that, and I was like, all right, let's go. Like, at the end of the day, give us a 7. I'm still going to stand there and keep trading. So, and then obviously, the docs or whatever else he said, you fit to fight. I was like, of course, bro. Like, I'm fine, man. Like, let's go. Let's keep going. Yeah, of course.
Congrats on fight of the night, even though you didn't get the win. Do you think the judges' scorecard had a play in maybe the hometown advantage?
At the end of the day, I think socials has definitely said that. Everyone's saying 2, 3, and 5. I think it's 2, 3, and 5 or 2, 4, and 5. At the end of the day, I'm just in the fight to fight. Do you know what I mean? He's definitely a hometown boy. I threw my ass out there, same as he did. I got the knockdown in the 2nd, so obviously I definitely got that round. Yeah, man. What do you think? Do you think the judges messed up?
It was a close fight, very close
Well,
fight.
I've not seen one. Mate, the comments on socials is absolutely crazy. So all I'm hearing is a robbery. Obviously, I've got to sit and watch the fight back. But yeah, I fought my ass off, and yeah, no, we still got the fight tonight. So it is what it is, mate. I can only do what I can do. But they say don't leave it to the judges, and that's the fucking reason, mate.
Crazy Kev here. Now with you saying the decision was really close, and obviously you also earned fight of the night. Would you be interested in running that fight back? And if so, how quickly would you want to do that if possible?
Yeah, I'll definitely be down to run that back for sure. The other day I'm up for a fight. I want to fight. I haven't had a real punch up like that in a while. My last 2 fights have been pretty, not say easy, but maybe it's been light work. I've walked out unscathed, no injuries. Yeah, man. Like I'll definitely run it back, of course, because. It was entertainment, right? I think everyone absolutely enjoyed it, everyone was screaming, shouting, and that's literally why you come to bare knuckle to see, and that is what I always fucking deliver, mate. So, yeah.
This is Anthony Caruso, attorney with Cowboy Sports Bar. Does the body shots affect you?
I was so, you know, a couple to my chest and that, I know I felt. But other than that, I was okay. it's just a lot of work, you know what I mean? Obviously, there was a lot of moving, we're throwing a lot, we're moving a lot. It's tiring, you know. The fights are fast paced. Our fight was fast paced. Yeah, the body shots, you know, maybe had some form of effect, but it was nothing crazy, you know what I mean? I actually had a couple shots actually to my eye. I had a bit of double vision for like 30 seconds a couple of times. That was really annoying, my left eye, but one was a punch and one I think was semi a finger, obviously accidental. I'm not saying it was anything obviously on purpose, but yeah, no, just it was a punch up, mate, wasn't it?
Just like you said it would be. Jake Boswick, we got time for one more right back here.
So Jake, let's talk about your mental preparation. It is so chaotic and dangerous, like bare knuckle as a sport in general. You appear so calm and collected. It's like when you counter, it's something you expect. It's very abnormal. How do you get yourself there? How do you get yourself right mentally before you go?
Honestly, mate, that's experience. You know, I've had over 50 professional bouts. You know, I've had 30 MMA fights, kickboxing fights, boxing fights. This is my 9th bare knuckle fight. I've been doing this since 2006. You know, this ain't the first rodeo, mate. You know what I mean? And I've had mental battles during fights. You know, prime example was against Lane. I was super emotional, walking onto everything. But yeah, I feel like my last few bouts, I've been super mentally just in the zone and happy. You see me, I'm smiling in there. I'm standing there even just now. I was like, let's go, like let's trade, you know. Yeah, I'm a tough cookie, mate, and I'm just, yeah, I always bring it, mate. And yeah, I'm disappointed with what's gone down tonight, but yeah, I'm gonna watch the fight back, have a little recap, and yeah, man, let's just see what's next on the agenda.
Jake, while it makes sense that you're disappointed, I can tell you this. I heard the fans out there, you got fight of the night. The fans were not disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
Thank you so much, guys.
The blue one.
That's right, thank you.
Little Jake Boswick, everybody. Thank you for that fight, Jake. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that is the end of this press conference. I appreciate everyone coming out. What a night. What's it? 1:05 in the morning here in Philadelphia. And congratulations to all the fighters. What a great night. Happy 4th of July from the Cradle of Liberty. And we're going to be seeing you soon. Actually, we'll be back on July 18th, live from Naples, Italy. It's going to be amazing. You can find out more at BKFC.com. We'll be back with the Bare Knuckle Show this Tuesday. Again, all your info is at BKFC.com. So long from the birthplace of the nation, and happy 4th of July. Crack one open tomorrow. Bye. Today. Tomorrow for me. Tomorrow starts when I wake up. We're probably at this point like 11 a.m. Thank you. Hey, media. Yo, media. Everybody in the media, listen, it's important. Thank you. Seriously, thank you for covering us, guys. We really appreciate you. Thank you. We hope you had a great night. Thank you. Thanks.